Hey everybody, happy Wednesday. Hope you're all doing amazing, having a beautiful day. I don't know if you guys can hear, there's actually church bells going on in the background because I live downtown Ottawa right beside this really big cathedral. And I've been going live every Wednesday at 12 p.m. our time in Eastern Standard Time. And I realized that I chose the worst time because the church bells go on for 2 minutes exactly at 12. So I don't know if you guys can hear it or not, but it's just a little bit of nice melodramatic background noise. So in case you guys don't know me, I'm Stephanie Mitchell. I'm an online marketing coach for beauty business owners. So I help estheticians, hairstylists, spray tanners, waxers, makeup artists, microbladers. I know I'm missing some spa owners, salon owners. I help you to grow your business and grow your clientele with smart and authentic online marketing ideas. So online marketing is my jam. I love to make it simple. I love to make it fun. And I want to help you grow your business through using all this amazing, cool stuff that we can do online to promote and connect with clients and that kind of thing these days. So if you're there watching live, please jump into the comments, say hi. Paulina says hi. Hey, Paulina, thank you so much for being here. So happy to have you. Tanya says it's not loud. At first, I thought you were talking about me, but I'm always loud. So I don't think you're talking about me. I'm guessing you're talking about the church bells, but yeah, you can hear them. They're just not very loud. That's good to know. And Alicia says, we can hear you. Awesome. If you guys are out there watching live, please jump into the comments, say hi, and tell me where you're watching from today. I love to see who's here. I love to get that live energy. And as always, I want to see if you have any questions. So today's topic, we are continuing on the thread about websites. So beauty business websites. I absolutely believe that having a website is the core of your online presence as a beauty business. And there's so many good things that a website does for you. So I've been talking about this every week for the past few weeks. And I'm sure you've heard me say this before, but I want to repeat it. Your website will be the go-to place where people can find you if they're searching online, where they get information about you, where they'll book with you. You can get more bookings if you do your website right, if you do certain things right. Your business will grow because you have a website and a great website. And today specifically, we're talking about COVID and how COVID has kind of changed consumer behavior, changed how your clients are thinking, how people are behaving, and how that all relates to your website. So specifically today, I'm going to talk about two things. Number one, how your website can be a potent and powerful promotional tool. How's that for a bunch of P's? An amazing promotional tool for your beauty business in light of COVID. So actually considering everything that's going on in the world, having a great website is so important now more than ever, and I'll explain to you why. And number two, I'm also going to talk about the things that have changed with your clients and your community and your customers and your audience. What has changed kind of with their mindset and how to address that on your website. Because it's, like I said, your website is the base of your online presence. So you need to talk about COVID in a specific way. And there's certain opportunities, there's certain ways that you can grow now that people have changed. And I want to show you how you can kind of take advantage of having a really great website to grow your business despite COVID and everything that's happening. I know we're all tired of talking about COVID. It's exhausting as a subject. It's been going on for way too long, but it is so important. And because my theme has been websites these days, I want to talk about websites, salon websites during COVID. Okay, yes, say hi, guys. Tell me where you're watching from. I'd love, love, love to hear you. Alicia says, I forgot about nail techs. Sorry about that, Alicia. I always forget at least one category. I love my nail techs, love my nail salon owners, so sorry about that. And Tanya's watching from Wales. Hey, Tanya, thank you so much for being here. Okay, all right, let's jump into it. I've got a lot of great stuff to go through today, and my tendency is to go for really long and talk for an hour. I'm trying to keep it short and sweet. So if I start rambling, just like type in the comments and say, Stephanie, you're rambling. Can you please move on? I won't be offended. I need like some sort of like, I don't know, personal trainer for like not talking so much. Okay. First point that I want to make about your website during COVID. This is really important. Customers right now, customers, clients, just people in your city, in your community, are doing more research than ever about businesses and searching out new businesses as well. So I actually went through and like found some stats about this because I wanted to share with you guys like what's actually happening with how your clients and community is behaving right now because of COVID. I found out that 73% of Americans, that's a huge amount of people, say that they've had new shopping and consuming behaviors since COVID. So majority of people, and I'm sure you guys have seen this for yourself, are doing new things with where they spend money, how they spend money, which businesses they're going to, etc., because of COVID. It's just kind of changed things up a lot. And what that means is that people are trying out new businesses. People are changing their old habits, their old patterns. And this is reflected in beauty businesses as well. And I'm sure that you guys have seen for yourselves, just give me a yes if you've seen this, is that people are kind of like moving around. People are using COVID as an opportunity to try out new businesses, move from one maybe salon to the next, kind of switch things up. And you guys know this, I've said it once, I'll say it before. When people are searching for new businesses, the number one place that they turn to is Google. Searching online, I saw a stat yesterday that said like 70% of people, when they're searching for a business, they'll go to online, they'll go to Google. And so with, COVID and people searching out new businesses, I want to make sure that anyone who's looking for a new beauty business around town is finding you. And if you don't have a website, you're kind of out of luck. It's so much easier to get found on Google if you have a website. I've said it before. I'm going to hammer home that point so many times because it is so crucial. So if you don't have a website, time to get one up and running. Like I said, people are going to be searching for you. They're going to be searching for beauty businesses. You need a website to get found on Google. So if you don't have a website, get one up and running. I'm going to share with you a guide that I made to help you get it up and running this week. If you do have a website, this is still important to you because I want to make sure that you are doing things to your website and tweaking it and making small changes and updating it so that more people can find you. So there's a ton of things that you can do to your website to make it more Google friendly so that more people who are searching are going to find your hair salon, your beauty business, your waxing studio, etc. So it is a big topic, what to do to your website to get found on Google. I actually did a Facebook Live and wrote a blog post about this last week. So if you're on my Facebook page or if you've got my blogs there in front of you, scroll back down a little bit and I share with you some tips to help your website get found on Google. Okay, so that's my first one that I wanted to share with you. Just like I love to lay it out there. I always talk about this, I know, but people are searching more businesses. People are switching up their behaviors and searching out new businesses because of COVID. And when they search, they're going to turn to Google. And if you don't have a website, they're not going to find you. And if you do have a website, there's certain things you can do to get found. So that's kind of like my first main point. Who else is here? I just want to say hi to everybody. Annorah is here. Hey, Annorah. Thank you so much for tuning in. Annorah is one of my top fans on my page. I saw that today you have like a diamond beside your name. So thank you for being here, Annorah. You're the best. Paulina is watching from Poland. And Carolyn's here. Hey, Carolyn. Will there be a replay? Yes. Yes, all my Facebook Lives, you can rewatch them afterwards. All right, so that was point number one. The second point that I wanted to tell you guys about is that current and new clients need to feel safe and secure with the businesses that they visit. This is one of those like shifts in attitudes and perspectives that people have, is that you guys know everybody wants to feel safe with the businesses that they go to. And that is doubly so for something that's so like close contact and intimate and personal, like beauty services. I'm sure you guys know this, but I want to make sure that this is actually being reflected on your website. Because like I said, your website is like kind of the base of your online presence. So whether people are like researching you for the first time and like jumping on Google and finding businesses and jumping on their website and seeing what they do and how they, keep their clients safe, or it could even just be your current clients, long-term clients that you've had for like years and years and years, and they'll jump onto your website to see how you're keeping them safe. So people are doing their research and they do care. And one of the main places that they're going to look for this information about sanitation and safety and hygiene and all of that is your website. So I know that you guys have for sure, like this has been going on for 7-8 months. Just give me a yes in the comments if you have made your social media posts, done that kind of thing, talking about what you're doing for sanitation and hygiene because of COVID. Give me a yes if you've done that on your social media. The next step, if you haven't done it yet, is put that information on your website because people are going to be looking for that. And if you have put some information on your website, that's amazing. There's probably a few more things that you can do to just bring that to light. Because like I said, so many people are going to be looking at this information. They're going to be looking for it. They want to know, what kind of PPE you're using, what the experience is like for clients who come in. They want to know like what are the local rules. A lot of people don't even know like locally in their own town or city what the regulations are. So they want to know what they are and they want to know how you're complying. So here's a few things that you can do to your website to just really make that information present. Okay, let me just see what you guys are saying here. Annorah says, I do, and I'm proud of it. So she's been putting out that information about COVID and how she's keeping her clients safe. That's amazing. That's awesome, Annorah. Roseanne says, yes, she's been doing it on social. Alicia has. She says she hasn't done it on her website. So I'm going to show you some things that you can do to really make that information present on your website. Roseanne says she's done it on all of her social media and her website. That is amazing. I'm going to give you a few more points that maybe you can take with you to just up that information even more, make it more present and that kind of thing. So here's a few ideas for you. And if you've done some of these, that's amazing. First of all, make a page on your website just devoted to COVID. So not just like a little tiny space on your homepage. Make a full page just devoted to COVID, sanitation, hygiene, and safety. Put all of the information, all the details about what you do, what the protocols are, what kind of equipment you're using. Put it all in one place. And make that page super, super visible on your website. So include it on the homepage, like put a link to it, put in big, bold letters on your homepage, COVID information and updates, and link to that page from your homepage. Put it in your menu at the top of your website so you've got your menu items. Link to that page from your menu at the top. Also, link to it from the bottom of your website because a lot of times people will scroll to the bottom to just kind of see what's happening, and people tend to put like updates on the bottom. Put it at the bottom as well. Okay, so have that single page. In addition, one thing that you can really do to set people's minds at ease about how you're dealing with this situation, do a video. Like get someone to help you, whether that's like a family member or a friend or a team member. And by the way, I'm seeing that somebody's like pressing, like giving me so many likes and hearts and everything. I'm loving that. I don't know who it is, but you guys are awesome. Keep it up because I'm seeing those things pop up and I'm like, yeah, people like this. Okay. So, make a video, get a team member, family, friend, etc. to, grab your phone and just walk them through the process of what it looks like for a client coming in. So whether that includes like how they arrive there, maybe you take their temperature and you get them to like fill out a form, what it looks like with like the masks. One of my students in the Facebook formula, Hazel, she's a nail tech. And she actually she did a video for her Facebook ad where she invited people into her nail studio. And she was wearing like her mask and her visor. And she just made it really fun and friendly. And it wasn't like scary or freaky or anything. It was just very like, oh, this is the new reality. And Hazel is just loving life, even wearing her visor. So you can make it fun and friendly and that kind of thing. Maybe tell them in the video what kind of services you're doing right now and which services you're not doing. Just people love to like feel that experience. They want to know what it's like start to finish. Okay, so make a video. And then another thing is that I'm sure you get lots and lots of questions from people about how you're dealing with COVID, like how you're dealing with appointments, how many clients you can see at once or in a day, how you're dealing with clients being sick or cancellations. I'm sure that you guys get a lot of questions either on Instagram in your DMs or through email or in comments. Put those all on a frequently asked questions page, and people will love seeing it. They want to know because people always have the same questions. Instead of having to constantly repeat yourself, make another page on your website with frequently asked questions about COVID. And you can just update this regularly whenever you put in new information. So those are the two pages that I highly recommend that you highlight on your website. And whenever you send out like a notification email to clients, like an appointment confirmation email or a text message to confirm their appointments, link to these two pages from both of those things. Because people really want to know this information. It's going to make them feel safer. It's going to make them feel better about their appointment, etc. Okay, Roseanne says, awesome ideas. Love that. Thank you, Roseanne. I'm happy that you enjoy them, and I'm going to keep them coming. Okay, cool. Let's keep going. All right, so that was my second point for you about how to put that information on your website. It probably seems so simple and so obvious, but don't discount the fact that you really need to repeat this information often because people are going to be looking for it. Okay, so my third point for you is that COVID is also an opportunity to connect with your community in a bigger way online. And your website can play a huge role in that. So I actually, like I said, I did some research. I looked at some stats. And I found that there are signs that COVID is actually bringing communities together more than ever. So you guys might have seen it yourselves. Like maybe you are feeling this kind of like, even though you can't see people as much, it's kind of like you feel that, well, we're in this together kind of thing. So I saw that 80% of people feel as connected or even more connected with their communities than ever. So most people feel that this crisis has not broken apart communities, it's actually brought them together. And most of that connection and community is actually being created online. And so your beauty business can play a big role in creating those kind of connections and fostering that kind of community. So my question for you, and you don't have to answer this in the comments, but just like think of it for yourself, is how have you as a business owner been showing up for your community, your clients, and your audience online during COVID? I hope, and I've seen that so many of you are stepping up. Like even during a difficult time, even like maybe when your doors were closed and things were hard, you were finding new and creative ways of showing up online and being there for people. Whether that's like educating them and helping them with their beauty needs while they're at home. Whether that's being creative and like new ways of serving your clients through online platforms. Whether that's just like sending out notes or emails or messages to clients through email, text message, social, etc. and just saying like, hey, I'm here with you. We're all going through this together. So I've seen so many people step up and really kind of like be a leader. Not just a business owner, not just like a beauty professional, but like a real leader and standing up and being there, whether that's for their clients or for their community or their audience, etc. So, like I said, your website can play a big role in creating that community. So there's a few different ways to do it. First of all, on your website, and I've talked about this before, talk about it again, I'll talk about it till my throat is dry. On your website, in your social media, everywhere, but today we're talking about websites specifically, you need to show up as a real person. Not just like as a business, I'm talking about showing up as a business owner and as a person. So on your website, if you don't have this yet, please take this as an opportunity to do it. Make it more personal. Have an about page where you talk about yourself and you share pictures of yourself. Take down your stock photos from your website and replace them with real photos of you with clients. Just use it as an opportunity, use it as a platform to really show up as a person, and you'll see that more people are starting to connect with you. So that's my first tip for kind of like showing up for people more, is really just sharing your heart and sharing yourself, and not just being an anonymous business online, but being a real human. And that's a great place to start. And then once you've done that for your website and you've started to show up a little bit more, then you can use your website as a place to really create content that helps people. So I do that personally through blog posts. I post one blog post every week. I've had probably hundreds of thousands of people. I haven't checked my Google Analytics recently, but I've had probably hundreds of thousands of people read my blog posts from all around the world. And this is free content that I'm sharing. I'm helping people. I'm kind of creating this beauty community around me with the content that I'm sharing, and you can do the exact same thing. So what that means is show up on your website, like I said, as a person, as a beauty professional. You can share educational content, blog posts. You can share inspirational blog posts. You can also share, and this brings me back to the community part, you can also share how you've been helping your community and supporting other businesses. So this is something that I love to see, is that other businesses are supporting businesses locally. So if you want to create like a blog post or a page on your website where you list maybe some of like the local businesses that people can support, if you share like online events that they're doing, this is really, now more than ever, is really the time to like foster that community. Create that community and those connections. Okay, so that was my third point, is like COVID is bringing communities together. Your business and you as a beauty professional have a chance to step up as like a leader and someone who creates that community, and your website can be a really great place to start doing that. Okay, last thing that I want to share. This is a big one, and I'm really excited about this one. Many beauty businesses are using COVID as an opportunity to pivot into online sales, into selling online. This is so cool. I looked at some research about this. More people are buying online than ever before. So since COVID, there has been a 30% increase, which is huge. 30% doesn't sound like a lot, but that's like billions and billions and billions of dollars. A 30% increase in buying personal and beauty products online in most countries. So people, instead of going to the store, people are purchasing things online more than ever. And your business can be part of that. It's easier than you'd think. So I'm going to tell you how to do that in just a second. But the second trend that I looked at, other than the 30% trend, also the buy local trend. I'm sure you guys have seen this yourselves. More people want to support local small businesses. If given the choice between buying from Amazon or buying from a local business, they'll choose the local business. People want to support their local businesses, and that means you too. So during April and May of this year, I did something called the Milk and Honey Club. Give me a shout in the comments if any of you guys have been part of the Milk and Honey Club. I'm sure there's some of you who did it. Anyway, so essentially it was an online community that I started just for COVID to help you market your business online during the shutdown. So like when most salons and spas around the world were closed. So, sorry, guys, I'm just going to take a sip of tea. So in the Milk and Honey Club, one of the most popular trainings that we did was about e-commerce. So like as a small beauty business, how you can start an online store. And most people had been kind of dreaming of doing it for a while, but they always put it off or they didn't do it because they just thought it was way out of reach. They didn't think that people were going to buy from them. They thought it was super complicated and technical. But I showed them in the Milk and Honey Club how to set up an online store. And like people were blown away. Majority of the people who did it said that was way easier than I thought it was going to be. And it's not just about like the good feeling, like the feeling of, oh, cool, I have an e-commerce now. People actually made really good sales. So I had students who in their first week of having a store, they sold like $2,000 of product. Or I had one student who her first day open, she sent an email to her client list, she posted on social media, she got $1,000 of product sales in one day on her store. Marcy was part of Milk and Honey Club, and hi Marcy, thanks for being here. It's so cool that you are here. I loved seeing you in the Milk and Honey Club. And then Carolyn created a hashtag for it. Yes, hashtag MH. I'm going to steal that, Carolyn. Thank you. Okay, so my point is that use COVID as an opportunity to try out new things in your business online. And a big trend is e-commerce. Your business should have an e-commerce store. It's just an extra service that you can do. It's extra revenue that you can bring in every month. Whether you want to sell like existing salon retail that you have and just set it up online. A lot of my students created new products, whether that was like, some of them created like at-home kits, like an at-home facial kit, like putting together a few nice small products into like a cute bag or box. One of my friends, Lauren, she has a spray tanning studio. And during COVID, she started making tie-dye masks. Like she would just buy white fabric masks and she got her team to tie-dye them in different colors and people could order different colors. She made like, I want to say like $10,000 in sales in like a couple months. And this was just extra revenue for her when they were either shut down or people weren't really getting spray tans that much because their events were canceled and stuff. So there's so many different things that you can sell. And any type of business, if you're creative, you can find the products to sell and your clients will support you. And all of that is based on your website. So if you want my suggestion, this is what I suggested to my students. Set up an e-commerce with Square. Square, they're the ones that like, they have appointment booking and then you can also, they have like a point of sale or like the thing that you can swipe your credit card from your phone. Square is so good. It's free and it integrates with just so many different things. So e-commerce, way to go. I highly recommend it. Lori's here too. Hey, Lori, thanks for being here. Okay. All right. So those were my points. And I just wanted to share like one final thing is like, if you kind of want a summary of the different pages or things on your website that I think that you should have during COVID, there's a few different things. Number one, this is, like I said, kind of a summary. Number one, have a COVID info page. Put all your info on it, keep it updated, link to it everywhere on your website. Number two, have an About Me page on your website because people want to know and trust the people behind the business more than ever. Like knowing if there are people who are researching your business or like thinking about coming in for an appointment for the first time, they want to know who you are as a beauty professional. So have an About Me page. Number three, Have a place where you share blog posts or like any kind of new content. I like it through blog posts on your website. These are real community builders. So you can educate about your beauty services. You can provide free training. You can share blog posts about like other local businesses that you support. A website can also be the real big place to create that content that builds community. 4, have an online store. There's no excuse. Now is the best time with more people shopping online to have that e-commerce store for your website. Number 5, I didn't touch on this one yet, but I just wanted to go into it quickly. Have a place on your website to collect email addresses. Like, there are thousands or hundreds or thousands of people visiting your website every month. Most of them will not end up booking an appointment with you right away. But that doesn't mean that you have to lose them. If you collect their email addresses, if you have a place on your website where people can like join your beauty club or put in your email address to get $5 off for new clients, or download this like PDF guide I did with different ways to style your hair during quarantine. Like, there's so many different things that you can give in return for people's email addresses. Collect email addresses from your website. And finally, I didn't say this yet, but I have one final point. Your website can also be the hub and kind of like the place where people go to look at your online services that you provide. So I love this idea, and we talked about this a little bit during the Milk and Honey Club too, is like, apart from having an online store, there's a lot of things that you can do to serve your clients and actually make money online. So, and when I say make money online, that always sounds like make money while you sleep by promoting like multi-level marketing products. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about you can do like online consultations for your clients. I know a lot of estheticians did like either free or paid online consultations for people with their skincare during COVID. So like on Zoom, that kind of thing. So there's that. You can do mini classes. Priscilla, who's one of my students, she set up makeup classes to teach people how to do like their makeup for like Zoom meetings if they're corporate professional women, or they had like, she also did one where she did like a girls' night makeup class. So since friends couldn't see each other, she set up like this Zoom call with them and all of them were on it, and she taught them all how to do their makeup. So she was providing these paid online services that are really supporting her community right now. And it's a great way for her to just increase her revenue. So she promoted those on her website, and it was just like a really great central place to put all that info. So that was the final point that I wanted to put on there. Who's here? Barbara is here from Beautygate. Hey, Barbara. Annorah says, is there any chance of you doing a workshop on the Square Shop? Yes, Annorah, a really great question. So you guys have probably seen, I am launching a program at the end of November called Beauty Craft Website Academy, teaching you how to create a beautiful client converting website from scratch by yourself in 1 week. So that's launching at the end of November. As part of that program, we're going to have a bonus training about how to set up an online store A to Z. So like all the things that you need to know about having an e-commerce on your website. So that's going to be part of that if you're interested in Annorah. And Tanya just kind of like summarized the different pages here. Tanya, you're amazing. So she's got a COVID page, back, frequently asked questions page, about me page, community builders, local business support, online store, collect email addresses. That is an amazing summary. Thank you, Tanya. Okay, guys, I don't know who's spamming with these likes and hearts, but I'm loving it because, I mean, it just makes me feel great. Somebody out there is watching and is loving this. So thank you all for watching. I really hope that this has been helpful for you. I hope that you can walk away from this with a few ideas of how to communicate well with your clients and your community on your website during COVID, but also as a chance to like look at COVID as an opportunity to move more of your relationships and your connections online and use your website as like a hub to foster those connections. So I'm going to be back here on Wednesday of next week. I hope that I will see you all here, same time, same place, and hope that you all have a beautiful rest of your day. Thanks, everyone. Oh, one last person. Grace is here. Thanks, Grace. Talk to you soon.